Wow.
Hello.
Hello. That was a tiring 30 seconds
It
of
was
guitar
brutal.
solo, air guitars everywhere. Hello, junkies. How you guys doing? Like I said, one of these days we're gonna set a camera up that you guys see, or actually we'll just go live on the thing so everyone
Oh,
sees
I don't know if that's a good idea.
what goes on
Or
in those 30 seconds.
do we have a YouTube? Okay, I see. I'm just making sure I'm following in here. Okay. Yeah, this was not. This was a short notice because so much is going on. So I think we have 7 on
Oh
right
no.
now.
Lisa Michelle has COVID. We're sorry to hear that.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's
very
no
sorry.
fun.
And
You
this
get
is
some
the
banners
worst
going.
week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Since Monday might be okay by Saturday. I think with the new CDC guidelines, right?
as long as you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Make
Oh,
sure I
and
have
had to spend her birthday with COVID. Well, happy
Oh
belated
no.
birthday.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're doing these days. Like 24 hours, 48 hours. They
clue.
I haven't read the rules for a while.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
clue. All right.
So we threw this together kind of last minute, but like Sarah said, we have a lot to kind
This
of
is a
talk about.
big weekend. Bob wears glasses.
I came back from the park and my eyes have been bugging me, so I'm like, I got to take the contacts out and wear the glasses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, everyone. So,
Hello.
I mean, we were just, mentioning we have not had like a major ride open since Max Force. So this is really exciting.
Woot. Let me get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Sky
Yeah, so-
Striker.
Sky Striker, yes. Which is opening to the public on Saturday.
We
Now-
were so excited many of our members and a lot of public were able to ride it last week. It is, I didn't think I was going to like it. I love it. It is not, it's thrilling, but not in like a scary way. It's thrilling in just like a really like amusing way. It's great.
Yeah, it's a neat ride. I stood there on the ground at the bottom of it at first, and I was like, oh, heck no. I don't like heights. I love coasters, don't like heights that much. Honestly, I think one of the most terrifying rides in the park is Sky Tower and Sky Trek Tower. So for me, anything with the name Sky in it, not a good idea. And I got on it, and it was great. It was just good fun. There's different experiences from different
Please get
points
down.
where you sit on it, and just a fun ride.
We could talk a little capacity just because people are trying to figure out what they know and what we know about it. Bob, 40, right?
40. Yep.
And can
40
you
is that
explain
number.
the one seat? I was trying to use, I didn't know the exact terminology for it.
Okay. Hopefully I get these initials correct, but it was an observation we made during the commercial shoot that there is one of the seats, I believe it's actually seat number 1, has a red underside to it. So out of curiosity, we were, kind of inquired like what's, the designation. We wasn't sure if it was kind of one of those things that easily tell where seat 1 was when they come to load and like where to check from, but it's actually the seat for it's somebody out there who's really good with the ADA and the terminology and the restraint system. It's like an it's the ASR seat. I believe it's a supplemental restraint that can be used to accommodate riders who might be missing a limb, such as a leg or an arm, to get you a little more secure in that seat.
The queue itself is accessible. We do see where there will be an ADA line. And then there's also a ramp because there are steps up into the ride. There's a ramp that they can pull over for anyone who needs help getting up those steps.
Yeah, and for anyone watching here who might not have actually seen our on-ride video, we're going to go ahead and just
Let's
go ahead and show it here.
Media Day. First thing I want to say is this is a fluffy, friendly ride.
We both made it on with room to spare.
So
we're told height might be one of the deciding factors with these restraints. Neither of us has that problem.
No, and the other thing is I feel I actually have more room on here than I do on row 4 of X-Flight.
Correct. The restraints, they come right down. So you don't have to worry about having a buddy to like push it down. They just come down and tighten up. I can still breathe.
Yeah, we can still breathe. When they come down too, it's not like back in the power dive days where you were completely squished.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now we're picking up a little bit of speed here.
You pick up speed and it's
oh my
better,
goodness.
honestly, put your legs out.
Okay.
Legs up.
I do feel really secure.
You absolutely are secure.
I also feel like I'm flying, which is kind of amazing.
That's why I say legs up, because it makes it fun.
Yeah, this is
an awesome ride. And
so
for those
far,
who
it's kind of relaxing.
If you're worried about the spin, you can probably tell there's not that much spin on the ride.
Just like
this
an
is a
extreme
gradual swing going on here. Okay, now we're there.
Someone's just pushing the swing really hard.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I would say we have a great view of the park, but it doesn't last very long.
Oh, that's a great view of the sky and the sun. Oh, okay, now we got some airtime there.
Woo, woo, woo. Oh my God.
I'm assuming the wind's pushing our faces back and we look like in a wind tunnel. This is awesome.
Okay. It's very smooth.
I do have Brett next to me. I'm not sure if it pans out far enough, but Laura's on the other side.
The air is going into my eyelids. I don't like
that was awesome. That was awesome right there. Looking straight down at the ground. Oh yeah.
Woo. I don't think I'm ready to put my hands up, but the feet up are kind of nice.
I would put my hands up, but I don't want to get in the way of the camera, or my hand would probably block Sarah's face.
Ooh, that rush that direction. Oh,
I believe
and you
the
definitely feel like you're going to hit the fence, but you're not going to.
I believe the total ride cycle time is about 2.5 minutes, if anyone is wondering.
All right.
All right.
So I feel great, but I also feel like maybe this isn't a re-ride right afterwards.
I would not ride this right after filling up on corn dogs and whatnot in the food court.
It's like a pre-brisket Thursday type of ride. All right.
But all right, junkies, thank you for tuning in. We'll get this video uploaded and posted to all our socials once I'm back at home and I can edit the video down. So thank you, Six Flags, for inviting us out. And this is going to be a great one to ride.
All right.
Definitely full tank of nachos kind of ride for me, where I'm going straight from Windy City nachos right onto that.
But also don't do it on an empty stomach.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I think the only place that you might get discomfort is on the way back on the second half of the ride when it's pulling down. That's where I got a little bit of discomfort. But it's fluffy friendly. The restraint, you don't pull them down, they come down, they adjust to each person's body. There is an extra seat belt, there's plenty of space there. It is
unless you have really wide hips.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bucket seat.
Yeah, if you could, it is a little tricky to get into. You have to like pull yourself up, and if you can get the far back into the seat and lower yourself down, it'll give you the most room. And then shoulders. If you are tall, broad,
you're
a little.
Yeah, bigger shoulders coming out a bit more are going to be more of a problem. 6'1", I'm relatively narrow up here, so they came down. I could feel where it was poking, but 6'2" and a slightly larger build than me, and you're gonna be feeling it up there.
Yeah, that was the consensus, is that it was a height, more of an issue with fit with the height or comfort with height. We did have, let's see, lean back. I would say when you think when the restraints are going to come down, take a deep breath. So you're already out. And then when they come down, you have given yourself that breathing room. They do tighten as you go along in the ride. But I mean, it's great. They can, let's see, what's the cycle, around 3 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes?
It's about 3 minutes. It seemed, it's kind of hard to gauge. I think a couple of those shots we did during the commercial, it seemed like it was more of an extended cycle.
Yeah. So you can think, calculate through the capacity, the time that it takes to get everybody off, get everybody on. And they also, because it's a new ride, there's a lot of telling people, don't touch the restraints. Wait, we're pulling it on. They got to go around, check it. We did notice that there were operators in two different booths. So there's one in the back side and one on the side. They had plenty of help checking restraints. They were well staffed.
And if I can put something to rest really quick. So there was obviously the day of Media Day. There was an incident with a carnival style ride way up in the northwest of the country. Completely different style ride, completely different construction. It had a counterweight. It was a mobile ride. This is a big professional ride that does not go over the top. It cannot go over the top. And it's just not built the same. What you saw in that picture, if you saw that picture, could not happen here.
No. And like if something were to happen, it would just
swing. It would
just swings and
slowly swing.
And according to a YouTube video I saw on the construction of it, there's 4 giant motors in there, and then there are 2 braking systems in there. So if the power ever went out, it's A, going to stop swinging, and B, these braking systems are going to clamp down and slow it down, so it's not going to be swinging for 20 minutes. It's going to have a fail-safe.
Yeah. Even when me and Bob were on it during the commercial shoot the one day, there's a cycle that started and it got to maybe 10 feet up, and that's what it swung, it slowed down swinging until it stopped. And then they said, "You guys want to go again?" and just started it right back up.
It was very consistent. It was running very consistently last Friday. That appeared to be, So somebody asked about reservations. We did.
We'll get there.
Yeah, that is breaking
we'll get there.
News.
But let's talk about the exclusive ride time first.
Yeah,
that takes place tomorrow from 3 to 7 p.m. and this is for legacy memberships only. So if you've got a season pass, you're not going to be able to ride during this time. And we've kind of outlined the various forms of memberships here. That includes your Gold Plus, your Platinum, your Diamond membership, not to be confused with a Diamond Season Pass, your Diamond Elite, and your Diamond Elite VIP. The lower screenshot is how it's going to appear in your app. So you should see like Diamond Elite All Parks membership. It would say Diamond All Parks membership. If you see the word Season Pass in there, you're not going to be able to ride tomorrow, but you can ride on Saturday.
Yeah, so I know it is super confusing, and we just don't want anyone. There's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of information out there. And, when you see the same words, Diamond and Platinum, it is super confusing. So we want to make sure that people have that information. So you're not running up and, ready and you've taken off work and you're ready to go there and you get the no-go for riding for that reason. That would stink for you. That would stink. No one working at Six Flags wants to be the bearer of that news for you. So we'll be the bearer of that news for you. So you want to look for that word member. And in the group, I put there are 3 things that that would help tell you if you're unsure. One is you've been paying monthly since March 22 or prior. The other is that you see one of those on your pass, one of those levels with the All Parks membership. And what was that third one that I had? Probably, I don't know. I don't remember. That was several
I think
hours
it's
ago.
nice to see something for these members versus everything they've been, taking.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And if you look at the benefits for a season pass, it doesn't have the exclusive events in it, but the members still have that. It's vague what those events are. We used to get them like a monthly, right? We'd have
Mm-hmm.
them like a monthly event. So they still preserve some for the memberships, but we're very excited that there is a process in place for when this opens to the public. It said for the first, just say few weeks, couple weeks, to help make it ease the process so no one is giving up like 6 hours of their day or 3 hour. It wouldn't be that long, but 2.5, 3 hours of their day to ride this, especially given that, do the math, there's 40 spots on it, probably with loading and unloading. And I mean, starting off, it could be what, 5, 6, 7 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they were really thoughtful to do the reservations.
It could be that you get 400 people through it an hour, and
Yeah.
that's going to take a while. There could be some lines at the beginning. Uh, Back to that, or just referencing the previous slide. Of course, on Friday tomorrow, a lot of people are going to want to ride it. Please be kind to the cast member. The team member. This is the parameters they've been given. Please don't badger them. It's not
Yeah, and
their
we
call.
know, like, naturally, this is like a big ride you can see from all over the park. And when the commercial was being filmed, there were a lot of general public. They were like, how do I get to the ride? I'm trying to get to the ride. So it is going to attract a big crowd because it is massive and it goes so high and you can see it from almost every part of the park. So, I feel like I don't know that I'm going to ride it tomorrow just because I feel like I've had a turn already. And we don't know what the crowds are going to look like, but yeah, everyone's so excited. Yeah, I wonder
On
how that.
this comment here, just I think we saw that you would. Did it not say on that little screenshot that we would be you'd go to the ride and get your entry for the reservation system physically at the ride?
It is yeah, you are physically going. It's not like you're opening your app. You are physically going to it. It says, please visit ride entrance to secure your reservation. I think this might mean that it's just a paper ticket and a certain amount per hour. This, we kind of knew about these, but we don't know the process for it. I don't know if they're going to test it out tomorrow I don't know. With AAP, there'd be, I just trust. I don't have particular information, but I trust um, the people who are working on the logistics for this, that they always include AAP riders. And we know that you have to, I think Anne brought up, you are going to still have to get your pass, and we can't expect people with limited mobility to go running, which I hope people don't run because it's very safe. Just do a really big speed walk.
Never run in the park.
I don't want the running of the bulls anymore, and we'll have to think of something new for Sky Striker. But I would imagine and trust that is a different pot, and that's been figured into the whole equation, because I know you all are going to have to pick your first two rides and ride those first two rides before getting the reservation. As soon as it's possible. Yeah, I know it's possible after this, we might get a little birdie that will give us some information that would put everyone at ease with AAP. And if we get that, then we will running to the sky. We will definitely share that because we know that when you don't know, when you want to make sure that it's fair, that can cause anxiety. And so as soon as we know, we'll share. But I trust that is just having seen all the different considerations for this ride for accessibility. It just puts me at ease, and I know I don't use a pass, but it just gives me the distinct feeling that has already been planned out, and there are a certain amount for each. I mean, I'm gonna guess it might be an hour time slot. I don't know if it's an hour or 15, how they're gonna do it, but um, you can't say AAP, sorry, you missed out. You just can't, and I don't believe that anyone would do that.
So
And I'm pretty sure it's going to probably follow the max force rule where it cannot be your first ride of the day.
Yeah, and probably is max force once per day, correct?
Or
Or is that
I'm not
changed?
sure on.
Yeah, I don't use.
with Flash, it used to be once per day. I think it still is once per day with Flash.
And speaking of Flash, I'm sure at some point it will be, because I've seen it, a similar ride use Flash Pass at like other parks, but not in this time with these reservations.
I don't think Max is once per day anymore, because I know
Okay.
on Media Day we rode it twice.
Okay. But this one, when Max started, was it once per day? Okay.
Max
So,
had been once per day on Flash for a long time. For a long time, actually, there were only 50 flashes for Max,
Yeah.
and you had to get into the building and be one of the first 50.
I do remember that was Skip the Line too, that there were only a certain amount and you could only have one, and it was only a certain level. Okay. But when Max Force started, okay, you have to wait. I'm writing on without. When Max Force was built, was AAP limited to once per day or not limited? Okay, and Lisa says that it already says that you can't ride it first on the AAP pass. It's already excluded on the, if you get like an exit pass, it's already excluded on that too, I believe. Yeah.
And while I'm looking at this photo and I see that she's online and commenting here, I do want to thank Anne for these wonderful photos that we're
Yes.
using here in this PowerPoint. These are some of her handiwork. And I just love this one because you kind of get the feel of what's it look like when you're not behind the camera. You know, some people, I've been asked, like, they let you take your cell phone on the ride to film that. No, it's a big old mounted camera that was in the way.
Yep.
But
They're very strict. I think that's another thing is you cannot enter the queue. We could not enter the queue with anything. So I would imagine that's going to continue to, I mean, they're strict with what you have with you. So if you do have somebody to hold your things, that's good. I don't know. I didn't see
yeah, I
anything
don't
to put
know.
items. But things will fly. Then there's a hole in the back of the seat. So like even if you think, oh, I'm going to put my phone in my back pocket, it could still fly
And
out.
slide out.
So I'm not sure where items are going to go because, obviously when we were doing the commercial, we kept our things in a secure area anyway. But they had anything that watches came off and.
Well, I think part of the watch was it was with the filming. They didn't want it to be advertising various smart watches in the
okay.
commercial.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were taking everything off. I did ride with my glasses on, though, on a second run and had no problem with my corrective lenses. I don't know what the rules are going to be, but that was okay. They did not go flying off. But make sure they're snugly fit if they're allowed.
We did see a video of somebody lose a hat.
Yes, saw that.
Yes, we saw that.
Yeah.
And
so
Laura said too, with your hair, if your ponytail is like directly behind your head, that might affect it for girls.
Yeah, they did ask Laura to put hers down.
Yeah.
I would definitely, like they wanted the look of hair flying around. It was like in my face. So I would definitely, if you have a hair tie, if you need one, have one ready for a low ponytail because you're going to have some major ride hair after.
And I didn't meet, back to kind of considering how often you can ride it with AAP and stuff, I did not meet one person who didn't have a great time on their first ride. I met a couple people who didn't have the greatest time on ride 2 or ride 3 in a row. Now, keep in mind, it was very low crowds, and we were back to back. And there was a couple people that said, ride 1 was great, 2 was enough.
I needed recovery time, and I normally am okay. And I don't know what it is, but I needed recovery time after each ride. So,
And you weren't alone. There was
yeah.
some people who did, 3 and 4 were on the ground with their head between their knees when it was just back to back to back.
What is the record? 6 in a row before?
Well, I think the current Guinness World Record holder is sitting on top of this stream.
How many in the row did you do? Did you ever do 3 in a row?
No, never did 3 in a row during the commercial filming. I did a couple where it was hopped off, got to, came back where everybody else was and was sent right back on. I only had one that was a true back-to-back ride, but I did a total of 11 on the day of the commercial shoot plus media day. So my ride counts right now at 12.
The closest I could get back to back, I think I had, not back to back. I think the closest I got was like 45 minutes to an hour in between, and I regretted that.
So for those who do not know, the early part of the filming during the commercial, we were filming starting at 8 o'clock. We were shooting close-ups of paid talent who were brought out. They're the ones that you see in the video that I played, those close-ups on the faces.
They had the same camera mounted.
They're all, actors, models, what have it. But the one guy on his very first ride, he didn't look too good afterwards. I think he kind of recovered, and he was on it for the last take of the day. The ride stopped. You could just tell he had a mouthful of vomit. He stepped off, went around the side of the control booth, and the rest is all
splattered. And if that happens, like on opening day, like they have to hose it off. So that there might be delays.
Yeah, he definitely had the chipmunk cheeks.
Yep.
So Lisa, it's not spinning. I think rotating is a better word for it. So it's not really the spin. For me, it's the force. I mean, you could, if you've been around the park to hear it, it makes a big whoosh and whoosh. And so as it comes down, like it gets to the highest part and it feels great. You feel like you're flying, you feel weightless as it moving up. But the back half of that ride, I just feel like it pushes all of my insides down. It's just a push. It's a lot of gravity.
Yeah.
To answer the picture.
I would describe it more, very much the rotating ride. I think I'm understating it by saying relating it to Skytrek Tower, but it is closer to Skytrek Tower than it is to Teacups.
Yeah.
You are changing your view in a rotating fashion, but you're not on a spinning ride.
Yeah. All right.
I can't.
We are this is going to be so exciting. We obviously no one's going to be filming on the ride, but all the pictures. I mean, this is going to be something that we all remember when it opens, and we'd love to see your pictures. We're very excited for it. And like I said in a post earlier today, eventually everyone's going to get a chance to ride it. So if you don't get it onto it the first day that you go, it's
me.
Everyone's going to get a chance. It's not a temporary attraction. All right. Any questions about Sky Striker?
Yeah, questions about Sky Striker.
You put a thumbs up right now, or a happy face if you're excited to ride it. Who is going to be? I wonder how early. Oh, when the sign goes up. Oh no. They have done so much work though. Like so much to get this ready because there was a lot left to do. Will it have ride photos?
I don't think that's possible.
I don't know where they would put
Oh, I don't
that.
know. I'm wondering if you could put them on some sort of structure that belongs to X-Flight, but it might be vibrating if the ride goes by.
Yeah. Oh, and also, yeah, the structure is meant to it
Shake.
moves a little. It's meant
Yeah.
to shake. You can see that there are places in the supports that are meant to kind of absorb that force.
Yeah, tall
So
structures and buildings that don't shake or bend a little bit break. Shaking is good.
yeah. So yeah, I think one day it was testing and someone's like, is it supposed to be shaking? And then I looked, no, there's some like give on it on purpose. I don't want to embarrass my former physics teacher by trying to explain it. Yeah. So we're super excited. We're super excited that everyone's excited about it. And please be safe. Don't run. Don't knock people over. We will I mean, we're excited too. I'm sure we normally don't go it open, but I'm gonna try just to kind of observe how this works out. We'll see. I like trees in the wind, yes. All right. What else? Oh, something else is exciting and happening this weekend.
Yeah, we have Adrenaline's opening this weekend,
That's a
which
big
is,
weekend.
and I'm going to say this correctly here, it is a punk pop show. So there are 2 show times listed. Actually, for all the summer shows, times are now populated in the app. Adrenaline is at 2:00, and the second show is at 6:45. And there's a few other shows on there. There's some Boot, Scoot, and Billy, which I'm kind of confused on the start time of that one because that has a 2:00 start time as well, the same time with Adrenaline. We'll still have Party Gras at its regular time.
And then what we were seeing, a new one popped up. Christopher posted it, aka the old man. There's a new one that says that it's moving from hometown to Mardi Gras.
I just have to acknowledge this really quick. Not only are rides going to be awesome at nighttime on that thing, that thing's going to look awesome at nighttime. So, moving on.
Let's see, Party Gras.
I don't know. I feel like something else opened.
There's Boot Scootin', but there's a new one that just popped up.
Yeah, I'm trying to look in the app too. Don't mind us while you're watching us all look at our phones. You know, it's totally fine.
Celebrate summer. View details. So it says, as the party starts off in Hometown Square, join us with some of your favorite pop songs all the way to Mardi Gras. So maybe it doesn't have it does not have any times for it. Oh, there it is. It's 5:30.
It sounds like it could be a parade.
Could be another parade. 5:30 p.m. So we have a busy day. And these aren't scheduled on top of each other. So like on the 22nd, you can hit them all. 2, 3:15, 5:30, 8:30. That's going to be cool. Yeah, we got the end of the night show. So very, very excited. Oh, and by the way, we forgot to say the best part about reservations. Or maybe I already said it, that you don't have to spend your whole day waiting if you just come back. You're not going to waste your whole day.
And waiting in the line and having fun.
We haven't seen these shows. It's very exciting to have them back. A big day. Yeah, Saturday is going to be huge. And it's really kind of exciting because we have this week being kind of fun and exciting. And then next week we start to look forward to, we get another nice week before we get to Independence Day. We get to 4th of July. So then we're really in the big part of summer.
And I think something else happened this week too.
I don't remember.
Oh,
Something.
yeah.
I mean, it's
sports
possible.
injury.
I feel like we're
Yeah,
hitting every
it's-
department. So we had Ride. We talked about the shows.
And then
Oh.
boop.
And then
Oh, and by the
Windy
way,
City Barn Grill.
Skyscraper, we haven't seen any merch yet. So if you get to the park on Saturday and find some merch, I don't know if there is any. That's going to be the detective. Do we have any? I have no idea. All right. Windy City Bar and Grill.
So
do we want to talk? Do we want to talk about the concept? The concept first, before we talk about menu?
Go Pack, go!
It does have a Wisconsin room.
It's a Wisconsin room, and according to things I've seen on social media, it's
controversial.
It's controversial. We'll leave it at that.
So most of the restaurants that we have we can use Disney terms. Most of the restaurants that we have are quick service. Probably all they're quick service restaurants. You go, you order, it comes out as fast. You're watching them make it. It comes out as fast as it can. You get your food and sit down. This is different. And things might be prepackaged and
and the nice part of it is you don't have to actually stand there at a counter waiting with everybody.
Yeah.
You're given your number, you can take a seat, and here's a little tip for the ones who are 21 and over. You can order from the bar.
Oh, you can even order food from the bar.
Yep.
Oh, that is a good tip.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's no longer looking like the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with everyone like holding their receipts over their head. It's very calm and
it's all freshly the cooked food is freshly prepared. So it's more of a casual dining type thing where you just go up and you order and then they go and prepare each ticket. I do think that they were really well trained for service. The people who are delivering the orders, they all have like full headsets on. They know which number, and then they come with like a sampling of condiments on the tray and ask what you would like, and then they come back and bring you more if you asked for what condiment you asked for. They will bring the order out as it's ready, so sometimes you won't get all the items from the ticket at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the whole world was the whole Six Flags world was surprised at our first official Juneteenth that was outside of a 3-day holiday, because last year was the first official Juneteenth for it being a federal and state holiday, and it was a Monday. So we kind of, Monday's an extension, and this is the first time we've had one in the middle of the week, and it looked like a lot of people had the same idea with their day off. It's a bit like somebody says, sounds like it's the same service model as Culver's, except it's a better burger. And I love Culver's burgers. It's better.
And I suspect that the waits are always going to be, a lot longer than if you go to your pizza place. They're going to be a lot longer, but you're getting a restaurant style meal. So you're walking into the place. The ordering queue is still where it was if you take that traditional register queue, and then you get your tent and you sit down with your little number tent. And
it's a sit down and catch a game, catch up, charge your phone. Back to how that space was when it first opened. If you don't remember, that actually was a full service sit down restaurant when it opened. So it's it has that space. They've brightened up the space, but it is a sit down and have a meal, not be rushed kind of thing.
And I wonder if that's going to affect who enjoys that more. Like, are we going to see the older crowd, not to point fingers or name names at any of us, but are we going to see groups like ours sitting down for longer periods of time and you're going to see like a general older demographic while the younger groups that are moving coaster to coaster may not want that experience? I don't know.
Potentially.
We'll see.
I mean, potentially. And especially, I think it's going to be a very popular place when we get to football season in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
The big screen is a big screen. I mean, it is, I feel like it takes me out of the theme park for a little bit, and it's a great place to socialize. It does still have self-service. That is all the
They're
same.
Still, the
where they
3
were.
machines are there.
Mm-hmm. It's still there. Yeah, we could talk about the food is different. It's not the same. You can't get the same food anywhere. I would just say the portions are insane. And
Especially for the nacho resurrection. Hallelujah.
so if you
They
think
live.
the tray for Macho Nacho, what those nachos are, and then it's double at least. Like you put 2 side by side. They're going to be somebody said they're going to be jam packed. They were very popular on a busy day. I'm not sure if they're going to work. I know some people in our group have had concerns with like not being able to get a table there because maybe someone's just sitting there to charge things. I don't know if they're going, it's such a new concept that we might see some changes in their processes and procedures to respond to that. I think it was a really, it it was quite a stress test. I mean, it was busy the night that we went as guests, but Wednesday was really, really busy, almost like a stress test of a busy Saturday. So I'm sure that there has been some reflection and some thinking through how to improve that. But it's going to take some time.
Right now, to me, the loss of any sort of VIP lounge is feeling a lot less impactful because now I can go into a place, get a tent, sit, and take the load off for a minute, and then have my food. So I'm no longer bitter when I walk by the hometown square old VIP lounge because now I know that I have my Windy City.
I mean, the other thing keep in mind too, when you're ordering, the burgers here, probably, another big point on the menu. These are not the same burger patties that you're getting at Johnny Rockets or Thrill Burger or anywhere else around the park. This is completely different. And Jamie had a great example with JJ. You said he doesn't really eat the burgers anywhere else.
No, and he negotiates every meal like, can I be done? Can I be done? And he ate that entire 2-patty burger with no questions asked.
Yeah, that's a big feat right there.
Yeah, it is. They're all double burgers. They are flame grilled.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's being cooked
I
up
remember
back on
smelling
Yeah.
it that way.
I don't know. I felt like they had a little char to them, which is good. However they were cooked, they were delicious.
I wasn't there. Did any of them have onions?
There were onions, some
There
red
were
onions.
onions.
Great. Thank
There were
you.
onions.
Red onions on. I had the beer cheese. I mean, and the farm. I know the farmhouse is not on the meal plan, but like I just looked at Bob's farmhouse and like had the perfect like brown like char on the outside. Just like they're doing that fresh with the egg.
The wings, the boneless wings are really good as well. I
Yeah,
had that on Tuesday.
Tuesday I went in with my daughter, and between the two of us, we ordered because she ordered the spicy cheese curds, which actually are spicy. They have a kick in the back end. And then we ordered wings. We couldn't, or boneless wings. We couldn't finish all of that with 2 people. Fried Oreos are the same delicious fried Oreos. The wings you get like the boneless wings you get like 10. It's a lot in a whole tray of cheese curds. Definitely, if you have a family and you have the meal plan, you could do some shareables and put together
A family
something
style
really
table.
great.
Yeah.
And I will say the fried cauliflower. I
Yes.
do not eat cauliflower, but I will go in and I'll order that. I have no problem eating that.
I like
I
cauliflower.
liked it better plain that Sarah had than when I ordered it with the garlic parm.
Yeah, so I ordered the cheese curds when I went in and they gave me the cauliflower instead. And I'm like, oh, this cheese is a little dry, but it's pretty mild. What's going on? It was cauliflower.
Oh
And I
no.
normally cannot stand cauliflower, and it was just plain fried cauliflower, and it was delicious.
Can we get a clarification on the spicy level of the spicy cheese curds?
So
I don't do spice, but my mouth was on fire.
yeah. So you eat it at first and you're like,
That's
okay,
not
it's
that
cheese
bad.
curd. It's not that
Yeah.
bad. But then like the aftertaste, all of a sudden it just like continues to be on fire. So I mean, not like 5 alarm fire, but there's a kick.
Now,
I wonder
JJ
if they
did that as
ran along the
well.
same line as spicy chicken and waffles from last year, because that was toasty.
No, they're not. They're
No.
not at that heat level.
Okay.
Because you also have the cheese that's gonna balance that out. Brent, there's a question for you up there.
Yeah, I
Yes,
saw
Brent,
it.
you're going to have to. Brent, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this?
Well, let's see. I started with the Goliath, which I don't remember the colors. I think the Goliath was
Blue.
Blue. Okay.
That was blue.
And that one, yeah, that smelled a little alcohol-y and liquor-y, and I was enjoying that one, but I was like, this is about as stiff of a drink as Brent likes. I'm into the fruitier drinks, so to speak.
Well, as they were making drinks, like you get a drink and you just see them bottle.
Yep.
Well, that is the Goliath though. The Goliath does have the highest like alcohol content and
some boba in there.
Yeah, there was boba. Now the straw
Yeah.
wasn't conducive to the boba. You had to kind of shovel them out with the spoon end of the straw. But yeah, so that was good, but that was about as stiff of a drink as I would have wanted. Then I moved on to the Raging Bull, which was a nice middle ground. I'm gonna literally, I went from the stiffest drink to the sweetest drink, and the Raging Bull.
The nectar. The
Yeah,
nectar.
that's what I'm. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Raging Bull being in the middle, and then the nectar being the sweetest. So yeah, the Raging Bull was just a good. You could still tell it was a drink, an adult drink, but there was just a lot of sweetness to it and good. And then the nectar was like drinking a melted candy popsicle. It was just. It was just
Southwest
flowing with
nectar.
fruit.
You can get it in strawberry or peach. And somebody's asking, did they sneak up? There was no sneaking. They hit you up the side of that.
Well, this kind of, I think I can speak to this when I tried to eat my nacho tray. Yes.
There was no, I don't think they snuck. It was like, oh, again, bottle. Each one has like 3 shots in it.
My name here says sports injury, Brent, and that is not because I was ever playing any sports. That would never, ever happen. My sports injury happened because I was overserved in a sports bar. And yes, I was suffering the next morning.
There was some kind of iced tea on the menu. I mean, they have a very extensive menu. So there are those specialty that come in those tall things. There's a wine list. Which is there anywhere else in the park that has a wine list? That one has a wine list.
I think you can get wine at Bidlou's bar.
Okay.
I think there's wine in there.
Yeah, I don't have the budget to party it up like other people do, but there's a ton on tap. And then there were some bottles of things.
Yeah, you could get like I drink vodka and cranberry, and I was just drinking my typical vodka cranberry. So
they made a kitty cocktail for one of our friends.
Oh,
I will say the Mai Tai was actually really good as well from there. That one you did not taste the alcohol in there. That's one I think that if you had more than one, that thing could probably sneak in trouble. On you. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think on that third drink. I was like, this is a candy drink. I'm not getting any more alcohol. And then I was starting to type a review of it, and the review had 2 or 3 typos, and then obviously I turned it into a joke, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna like make a mess of this and type my review in crypto. But yeah, it did get to a point where I was like, wow, that now I'm kind of loaded. Now I really want to go on Sky Striker.
Yeah. Oh, and the messy we never so the desserts are not on the dining plan. So most of the menu surprisingly is on the dining plan. Um so most of so the Southwest burger, the veggie burger, and the regular cheeseburger. So the beer cheeseburger is not on the dining plan. Like it wasn't the thick beer cheese that I was expecting it
Yeah,
is.
it was a good
Um
cheeseburger. It was like the best cheeseburger I've ever had in that park. Let me say that.
yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't. I don't know where that beer cheese concept was kind of missing on mine. I don't know if that was the way it was meant to
Some of
be.
us are too close to Wisconsin to let it fly. Um Then the farmhouse looked delicious, but I mean, the price of the burgers compared like, for the quality compared to what you would find in another restaurant was very comparable.
Oh
So
yeah.
even if one wanted to use, like, a pass or member discount, I think you would get your money's worth, especially the fries are the crinkle fries, and they've got that perfect crisp on the outside with the
Oh yeah,
fluffiness on the inside.
nailed it.
So and they give you a lot. Um, the bone-in wings are not on the dining plan. Oh, yes, food binder. Yes. They were prepped. They were ready. So in any location, you should be able to ask for the food binder if you have an allergy. Um, the all the appetizers were on the dining plan in some form, either meal or snack, correct? Other than boneless wings?
Are we going to acknowledge this blasphemy, or can I just dismiss this?
Mm. Can you ever have too many fries?
Yeah, I've never
The
heard of such a thing.
These are I think they're shareable meals. There's a lot of food. Um, yeah, then the cauliflower and the boneless wings you can pick from mini sauces. There are desserts. They're the Oreos. I think I had 5 Oreos. And then there's a messy sundae, which is like it's a cold, clear, pretty sturdy cup, and then it's um, scooped ice cream with chocolate sauce and the cone on top, cherry whipped cream.
Whipped cream, yeah. It was decent.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like going out to a diner, like after a family event, and like, oh, today we get dessert, and you get that cold ice cream in the cup, and it's pretty good. But yeah, I think just to remember that this is not a quick service grab and go restaurant. This is like I'm gonna go to sit down and have a proper meal.
Destination dining, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I kind of worded it as, if you're thinking you're going to get to the 2 o'clock adrenaline show and you're walking in there at 1:30 and you think you're going to make it, it's not going to happen.
Allow time. This is like Red Robin. Yeah, maybe.
I think the burger quality was better than Red Robin.
Yeah, it's different.
Personally.
It's a different kind of. Oh, and the bun had like the bun was a sesame with white and black sesame seeds on it. It's good. Any questions about? I mean, we've talked about too many fries. I think we will see some different processes, and we may see things in the menu or how things are prepared. We'll see some evolution as this develops. Really, really exciting.
They just have to find their groove.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I posted in the Junkies group, I posted a old nachos versus new nachos, and the old nachos were never bad. My review made them sound bad. They were never bad. I ordered them almost every visit, or at least once every couple of visits. I ordered the old nachos. These are just so much better. These are really good.
And people were getting the point. I know that the Tostitos cheese is controversial. and that was something that was controversial with the old nachos when that was changed last year. This is using the white queso that is used in macho nacho, so we no longer have that controversy of the Tostitos. So if you want to fight about the cheese last year and then fight that it's gone this year, I don't know what to tell you. You just don't want to have happy nachos. I don't know, but
Right.
he's
If you want the yellow cheese, just go to any snack stand and order
yeah.
the nachos as a snack.
There you go.
Yeah, and what do we call it? The
Yes.
plastic cheese. White queso is better than the plastic cheese. Um, yeah, they were delicious. They could feed a family. They're huge.
So here's a fun one. Better than Macho Nacho. Would you say, was it just a whole lot more than Macho Nacho, or was it
It's
actually?
I would say that like the preparation is very similar. You got the guac and you got um it's just ground beef versus steak or chicken.
Yeah.
I feel like
Right.
sometimes I want
They're not pouring the like the salsa on top of
yeah.
it. They're like as if macho
It's
nacho.
they're a little more basic than the macho nacho nachos. That's why you get more of them, but they're still delicious. They have their own, and I mean they make them almost like it's almost like two mountains in those nachos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those nachos can definitely feed a group. I mean, I seen a witness a table. They had like 6 people at it, and they didn't even get halfway through it.
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like we said, that you might see some evolution. I know that it got really busy on Wednesday, and I'm sure they're working. It's possible they're working a process where if it's busy in there, I don't know if at some point there becomes a host or a hostess that I don't know. I'm sure that's top of mind, but on a busy day, if it looks busy in there, it's going to be a wait for the food because each ticket is getting prepared.
And there are days I go into the park and I'm there to bomb coasters, and there are days where I'm just going in and I don't ride a coaster. I had 3-4 visits in a row this year where I didn't ride a coaster. This is one of those. This is the restaurant for that day, for sure.
Anyone looking for a legacy pass?
Looking forward to Legacy.
Oh,
Are
forward.
you?
Forward. I don't think you're gonna. I mean, you can't share a pass because they're gonna be
Yeah, I think it's forward.
okay. All right. Did we have? I think those are like our big
Yeah, those are the
items.
big things that happened this week.
Oh, forward. Yeah, that we. I mean, we have not had a week. I can't think of a
Yeah,
week
like so many
this
major things.
exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe Special Olympics / I mean, this feels like opening a Fright Fest where you got everything going. I mean, we could plug our picnic.
Yeah, and we do have the picnic coming up on August 4th.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
and that's always so fun. So we haven't really been pushing it, but if you're new or if you've never gone, um, it is an all-you-can-eat meal with the only place you can get Aunt Martha's chicken. Um, we go through, you can, it's picnic fare, chicken, hot dogs, potato salad, I don't know what else, chips. No, sometimes pasta salad. Um, they send some characters around, so it is also the only place where you can get character dining right now. In the past, they've provided us with some really fun, like from the vault raffle prizes. You just never know what it's going to show up. It is an awesome time.
it
And
is.
then it's been different speakers in different departments, different years, but we do get a presentation of something to be excited about and Q&A from somebody in the park every year, which is really we're just so thankful. We're thankful
Yeah.
that the park I get to say we're thankful that the park invited us out to ride Sky Striker so we could provide this information. We're very thankful that the park invited us to as their friends and family to try Windy City so we could, speak highly of it and give you this information. We're just very thankful.
And they didn't invite me to speak highly. They invited me to try it. I tried it. I'm speaking highly because it earned it.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was not contingent, like it's honesty. It was not
Yeah.
contingent on what we say. Like
I'm being a little rough on the beer cheeseburger. I really kind of am, but
Yeah.
that was just my opinion, and the rest of it knocked it out of the park for me. It was so
Yeah.
good. Oh, there I went with another baseball metaphor. Doggone it. I'm not a sports guy.
Strike
Oh, yeah,
three.
and going back to the picnic, we've been also lucky enough the past couple of years to have a really unique kind of dessert experience near the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we had that one, not last year, the year before, when we had that amazing like dessert
parfaits.
parfaits, and it was
So
so
excited
good.
to see what the new picnic. We are
I think
too.
they've also.
I
I think they've also included like the ice cream bars, a selection of ice cream bars too,
Yep.
aside from the regular Strawberry Picnic too. So
It's very family friendly. I know it is a cost, and that is not always family friendly. But when you put things together and think of the experience, we don't. The money is all what the cost is for the park. That's why we don't handle any of it. It goes to the park. It's we don't set the price. But I mean,
there is
if
Full
you
disclosure, we all pay it. We have to pay
Yeah,
to
we
attend
do.
the picnic.
We do.
Yes, we don't go get in for free.
We do
Yep.
pay. So
and your
generally
admission,
what
of course, if you have a pass, your admission, you can use your pass to get into the park. You just have to have the separate ticket for the actual picnic.
And the
Yes.
great thing is, if you want to bring someone, like it's a great time to introduce them to the park. Once you put our Junkies code in, which we are not allowed to share publicly, that's why we're because they don't want everybody using this code to buy there's a special ticket price if you're bringing a friend, if you want to introduce to your special place and introduce to our group, and even a special price for parking. So once you put it in, all that pops up. But the
$22.99 plus tax. There is no when you purchase a picnic ticket. There is no service charge on top of that. So it's just the ticket and the tax. So you don't have to worry about that online processing fee.
If you
So
already
that-
have your park included, if you already have your park admission, it's 22.
They have not bundled them this year. So like if you
Oh,
don't
they
have your
didn't?
park,
No,
there's
no bundle.
I don't want to share the price because it is really good. If you don't have park admission, there's or parking, there's a fantastic admission
One-day
price
ticket.
and a pennies on the dollar parking price, but they're not bundled. They're all separate this year. No 130 surcharge.
No $1.30
Yeah.
surcharge.
Yeah. So no matter how they provide, to get this exclusive space, and if you've never been in the picnic grove, it's kind of cool to go in the picnic grove because that's only used for private outings. So
And they've just
really
come through so big for us. 1 year bringing we can't. I don't even really necessarily want to go back through because we can't set the bar for the things they've done in the past. But let's just say every expectation I had for what the park was going to do with their involvement, with their speech or their presentation, they've exceeded.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even had the ringmaster make an appearance.
When we never know, it's a surprise to us who's going to come. And last year we did have 4 strikes as a clue for Sky Striker. So we did have some clues. It was very nice. So we would love, we were bursting at the seams last year at the picnic. We couldn't even be contained in one space. You get to dodge the hornets. That's always fun, or wasps, whatever they are.
And if you're always looking for that exclusive junkie picnic, what better place to find a mod to get one?
Oh yeah, and we do do a limited amount each year of picnic pins. So we're now on, this will be our 4th edition, right? We had last year it was an ode to Kinetic. So if you see somebody and they've got like that, it's on a Sunday, right? Sunday, August 4th.
Yes. Yep.
You're going to Lollapalooza. You're already busy.
Oh, hang on! Holy cow! The comments are coming so fast. I can't hit this one. That's the one I was trying to hit.
Yeah. So
nice.
it's great. It's great. It's community. Bring your friends. Everyone's welcome. If you
Good.
are looking for, so the only way to sign up is actually go through the park's website. There is a little tab at the top that says promo. And once you do that, you type in the code that you can get from anyone. So you can message our page, which would go to any of us, or message one of us individually, or just comment in the thread that I made, and one of us will get to you. And we'll give you the code. You just put the code in the box or promo, and then it pops up with the picnic ticket, the admission ticket, and the parking ticket.
And we do.
We don't actually know who's going. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know who signs up or who's going, because you get your ticket and print it out until you all show up. So
Just make sure you never share the code. The code does have to be kept private.
and yeah, if it's just part of our contract, just so it doesn't go viral on some site that says, here's how you get this rate for tickets. And
Yep.
that would be a mess, unless everyone wants to come to the Junkies picnic. I think there's a limit for the space, but we got pretty close to it last year.
We got really close to it.
I know we had to go into that other grove to take our group photo because we didn't have enough room in.
We do a group photo. I mean, if you want to pin trade, we can pin trade. We usually have this is the important thing. Usually do have a gratitude table where we ask that, I mean, if you have been to something or you want to send a shout out or a thank you to somebody who works at the park, it's a great time to do a handwritten note, which is really, I think, more special than even doing the contact us, to just say, hey, thank you. You know, anybody, the park will get it to whoever it needs to be. We do a gratitude table. We have a raffle table. We have a single rider table. So don't be if you go on your own, there's a single rider table. It's always fun. All right. Any general question? I mean, who are we going to see this weekend? I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of people. A bunch. Who's going to be in the park Saturday? Like, this will be one day that.
Yeah. I will say, if you're trying to track us down for your Junkies pin, 2:00
they're running low.
Show might be a good spot.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be at that first show. We are starting to run a little low on them. We run them when we run them.
We will actually be at the first show. Somebody actually got a Saturday off of work.
Yeah. Yay!
It's a Christmas miracle. Christmas in July.
Yay. Oh yeah, we need to plan that too. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, any idea when the train will open? Very soon.
Testing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a train.
Yeah. Very soon. We have seen the engine out. I don't have an official day. I'm sure they like surprises this year. They really like surprises.
No idea on Roaring Rapids either. We don't.
I just can't wait for the crazy bus.
Crazy bus.
Crazy bus back on?
It says coming soon on the app. I think somebody had posted last week.
Not even on there, yeah.
But,
and for anyone who's saying like they don't have as many rides, I do the daily alert, at least pull it most of the time, and I pull it now from years prior so I can look at. And we've never had such a small list of unavailable rides as we do this year. So bravo for all the work for our operations department for getting so much running this year. Oh, well, I hope, Lisa needs her rides on Wizard and Eagle. I do too. I really hope that you are feeling better and you can get back to the park soon. How was Wizard? Yeah. Okay. We're a little over an hour, so we should probably
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. And like we said, sometimes there's some time between our lives. Sometimes if when things are going down, if we can get together. I mean, we all have busy schedules outside of outside of
Yeah.
this, so it's just
We threw this one together because so much all of a sudden just happened. And then with Wednesday being a surprise busy day. Not for us. We knew. We knew the whole time. But
all right.
thank
Well,
you so much.
thanks for tuning in.
Thank you all.
Bye.
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 Bye.